Hello and welcome to a special episode for Root Tap Cast. I am Tap. Today's episode will be about the first of the celebratory god events that Magic Arena is putting on, the Festival Fires of Purphoros. So this is a standard artisan event that we chose to go through 3 different decks for this event that we're going to briefly just glance over before we get into the games right now. So this is a common and uncommons little challenge. You can gain some picture or alternate art from some of the gods and demigods in the Theros Beyond Death set. It's a very fun event. I definitely say you should try it out, but really quickly, let's just briefly go through the decks. So there are 3 decks that I played for this. We're just going to quickly hit on these. Just so there's the standard this SA Temur Elementals. So this is your elemental package. So it's a whole bunch of gain lands, which is the only sort of problem that this deck has. Is actually in most of these decks in this, they kind of have to play gain lands if they're going to be multicolor, especially 3 colors. So the land pack's a little weird, but otherwise you get your Chandra Novice Pyromancer as your uncommon elemental buff. You get a whole bunch of other ones, so you're looking to get Risen Reef down, Scampering Scorchers, and just sort of like beef things up with the Creeping Trailblazers and Chandra. So that's the idea, is just you guys go wide, smash, ramp with Risen Reef, get things all beefed up and go to town. So that's that deck. The other second deck we went through is Simic Flash. So this is a deck that near and dear to my heart in standard as well. Many months ago. I really enjoyed playing this on the ladder. This is the toned down version, so you don't get the payoffs like Night Pack Ambusher or Nissa or anything like that. But you do have the crux of the deck when it first was a thing back in M20. So you still have Brineborn Cutthroat. You have your, where are they? So Fairy Vandal and then Spectral Sailor as your big combo pieces your big pieces that can help beef things up, get stuff out there, flash in, get some damage. Then you have a whole bunch of counter spells, a little bit of card draw, and then your land package. Again, you're playing gain lands, Evolving Wilds, not great. You get stuck those in the original hand, not the best. And then the last one we will look at is the Orzhov Jankomator. We did a video on this a while back too that is based around the Corpse Knight and Cruel Celebrant. So those are meant to trigger life drains when things ETB or leave the battlefield. You got some removal in Banishing Light and Mortify. And then you have some token generation, Recursion with Order of Midnight, Death Touch, and then Afterlife with your Orzhov Enforcer, your Imperious Oligarch, and your Ministrant of Obligation. And then as a sort of way to close out the game, if you're doing a bunch of drains and punched in for some damage, you can just sack your things to Lampad of Death's Vigil for that last little bit of damage. So you can get your trigger from the Lampad itself. If you have something, let's say you're sacking Imperious Oligarch, you get 1 from the sack on the Lampad, 1 from the ETB from the Afterlife token, and then 1 from the Cruel Celebrant. So you actually drain for 3 just by spending 1 mana. You have Imperious Oligarch, Corpse Knight, and Cruel Celebrant on the board, which isn't actually that hard. Again, you're playing 4 Ganglands and a little bit of Evolving Wilds. So those are the 3 decks we'll take a look at. Some are better than others. They're definitely not the top tier necessarily, but they're pretty fun. So I hope you enjoyed this little intro on them. I'll put in the comments some quick links to the certain decks if you only want to see certain ones. So look down the description or comments, and it'll have some descriptions of what you're going to look for and when. So that's it for the little intro. Let's get into the games. Van Dusen. All right, we go first. We have all of our colors in a roundabout way. There's a lot of gain lands that are really hurting, but I think we're going to take this. We want to have reds, so we'll probably drop our Rugged Highlands. We could try to get early beats down with the Underworld Ragehound. Okay, so that's crummy against that. So let's, I guess, we kind of want to not have nothing out. So I guess we actually can't. We can just get the Ragehound down. I would have preferred to have played the Creeper, but didn't work that way. I hope they don't light up the stage for lands. Okay, maybe they will, maybe they won't. We'll play something I can probably just block it. Yeah, I'm totally cool with that trade. Like, totally cool. Get in. They don't hit. Alright, so maybe they're saving it to kill the Stormkin. We're going to attack in. We're going to throw an Annex on the board. Hardened by the Forge. Okay. So we can Trailblazer. Chandra would be the most significant. And it would allow us to try to spike them for damage. But she'd die in the crackback. So maybe we just go with our Mr. Rizzy Reefy boy. Oh, I wish it didn't tap double red. Although it didn't matter, so. Ooh. They're racing us. They're erasing us. Not erasing, they are racing us. So we're taking 2, 4, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're not gonna. Okay. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Why wouldn't you attack first? I guess because they don't want to have to be able to block. But you just do it at instant speed. But hey, what do I know? I'm playing Dimir Elementals. Okay. Another Stormkin. Can play both of them. Attack for 6, that we die 4, 5, 6, 7. We might just die in the backswing. Or we could go like this. We have a blocker out. Let's do that. Because theoretically, we could, if they kill things, we have a... Okay, well, might as well kill that. If they have a way to kill it, that's fine. We're taking 5, 6 damage here. Okay, we're taking 6, 7, 8 damage here. Okay, we're taking 8, 9, 10 damage here. Are we at 1? Are we gonna be alive? Are we gonna live? Are we gonna live? Do they have the bird spell in hand? Oh, they don't. I think we win. All right, I think that's game. Yeah, that's game. Wow, that was really close. Woo! All right, so that wasn't burn, but it was mono red. Yikes, that was a close one. That was a close one. Very, very, very close. Webby 1214. Let's jam. All right, so looking like we can have a pretty good curve with this. Depending on what our opponent does, we can get it in the air or play Rage Hound on turn 2. Either way, we'll be playing our Rugged Highlands first, and then curve into Cloudkin Seer. Probably gonna say let's go ahead and Underworld Rage Hound on turn 2, unless they play something big, because they probably aren't going to want to trade off. That's fine. I mean, losing their ramp card is probably not what they want to do, but we're going to go ahead and do that. So let's get our blue out. And let's go drop our Rage Hound. So hopefully they don't play something big here. I guess that would have been the dangerous thing, is they can just play something that we're going to smash into and die with the Rage Hound. Looks like they might not be doing that. They're going to go get one basic, a swamp. I guess they might play something small. They're not, so that's fine. So the question now is, do we get Risen Reef down? Yes, we do. So we're going to play our mountain out after we go to combat. We have to attack. We slam in. Going to go ahead and get our Risen Reef down and pass the turn. Yeah, I want to put that in the battlefield tapped. All right, so now we have Scampering Scorchers online, or we can possibly double spell. Yeah, that's probably a really good idea. They go get to search for a basic. So that was a good shot from them. Let's see. So we draw. So we could double spell. No, we don't have 2 blue, so we can't double spell unless we draw into an island here. So maybe let's do that. Although we could Scampering Scorchers and get in for a bunch. Nah, we'll do that for next. Let's go ahead and get down our Cloudkins here. Draw a card. If we draw an island, we didn't. We drew Risen Reef. So we can drop our Swiftwater Cliffs and not feel bad. Go to combat, attack in. So next turn, we can actually Scampering Scorchers and Lightning Stormkin if we wanted to, or we can Risen Reef. And not, I guess Risen Reef is, it's going to come into play taps. That's not going to do it. So we can Risen Reef and then Stormkin, and that'll just draw some lands and things like that. So let's go ahead and do that. We're leaving that stuff open. So let's go ahead and drop this bad boy. I really hope that we can... Yep, that's fine. Okay, so we can pump an elemental. So I guess try to maximize our land usage. Let's go ahead and pump up our Cloudkins here. Maybe get some lands. We're going to go ahead and beef up the Seer. They may have Disfigure, something like that. Okay, so they're going to murder it. We still get our trigger. Draw a card. Okay, let's go ahead and attack. They're going to maybe sack an edge. Well, they're not. They're going to go to 9. I guess they got Big Boy coming this turn because they got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So they have a Beanstalk Giant coming down. Going to draw some cards from that. So that's a big beefy boy. So our Underworld Rage Hound is not really that useful anymore. It's going to die. That's all right. So I think what we probably want to do here is... Can we do everything here? Looks like we can. So let's... I guess the first thing to do is to drop this guy. Because we can still do... Because we have red, red, blue. Yeah, so let's Scorchers. Get a bunch of triggers off Risen Reef. Yeah, let's just get all the lands on the battlefield. Okay, got another one of those bad boys. Absolutely. Ramp City. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Get that guy out. That's fine. And let's get that guy out. Alright, so if we swing with everything, they're gonna... Except for the Risen Reef. We really don't want to drop the Risen Reef. So they're going to take 5 in the air. They go to 4. They can block. I think we just swing with everything except... Oops. Yeah, everything but the Risen Reef and the Scorch Spitter. Why doesn't he have... Oh, I'm a creature tokens. So we're going to go for the gold here. That's weird. Alright, disfigure our Cloudkin, so they're going to take 2 in the air. Alright, they're going to 5, so right now we have them, unless they can gain a whole bunch of life, we have them dead on board with just Flyers next turn. So, that's good. Hopefully they... I mean, there is life gain in green, and sometimes... Well, not really, sometimes black. Can't block. Going to get some creatures back. Oh, no, they're just casting the Flyer. That's fine. Drawing cards. Trying to get some things to hold us off. Hopefully they don't have a way to interact with our Flyers. Although the Scorch Spitter is going to do 1, so they're at a... Unless they murder that. So they're at a virtual 4 here, if we get to attack. So really, we just need them not to have 2 kill spells. Oh my god, they're just drawing so many cards right now. That's so brutal. All right, so they passed. So we have so much to do. So much to do. So we can only cast 2 of these Lightning Stormkins because we only have 2 blue. So if we drop this, we'll have red, blue, red, blue. So we can do that. So I think we're just going to win the game here. Let's see what we draw. I guess if we draw another island... Oh, it's going to... Sorry, it comes on the battlefield tab. Yeah, I forgot about that. That might do it as well. So if we play this, we will have the ability to also play the Creeping Trailblazer. Chandra would have been nice, but, you know, what are you going to do? Yep. So we can do this, and we still have enough to do red-green. Let's drop that guy. Yes. And this should be the nail in the coffin. Alright. So let's go to combat. We're attacking with everything except for our Risen Reef, and that should just be game. I'm hoping. They didn't have lifelink on the board. I don't think they have multiple ways to kill so many creatures. And that's game. Cool. We managed to ramp and go wide. Nice. I'm the sun. Imzasen. That's what it is. I'm Zasen. Imzasen. All right, so we could have a pretty ferocious start if we didn't have so many of these dang check lands or gain lands, but we'll keep it because we can do things. This way, if we drop this, we'll have all 3 colors with the untapped source. So the only way that would hurt is if we got a Scorch Spitter. But we don't have any blue in our hand. I don't think we have any blue 2-drop, so there's no reason to really worry too much about that. Ooh, those are beautiful. Oh, the reach on that's actually pretty poopy. Poopy indeed. All right, so we want to get something out. So let's go ahead and get our Trailblazer out. Next turn we can Trailblazer again, or we can Rage Hound. Or if we get an untapped land, we can Overgrowth Elemental, although I prefer to put that on a Rage Hound. Alright, so we will... Rage Hound, land, and then we'll put a Overgrowth Elemental counter on the Underworld Rage Hound to make it not trade for the Chain Web. So we don't really want to put the Chain Web in the base, or in the basket, in the bin. But let's see what Imzasen. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't need to worry about that. Okay. Well then, that's some things. Cool. I guess. Why is it bumped? Oh, is it normally a 2-3? Or 3? Oh, that's why it is a 3-2. That's cool that you can do that. I didn't know they must have added that in the past couple months because I don't remember seeing that all the time. All right, so they got themselves 4 mana. Could possibly have 5. They got a Barkhide Troll. Got some other bad boys. If we draw land, we can make this guy into a 4-4, which doesn't... Okay. Alright, so there's some nice synergy in here. Alright, so we drew our land. We could just double... Nope, we can't double Trailblazer. But I do want to get down as many things as we want. So if we put it to 4 toughness... with that doesn't really help all that much, but these guys pump each other. Seems like a waste of mana, though. So I think we'll probably just have to go ahead and go with our Overgrowth Elemental. Pumping up our Trailblazer. I mean, this could get the Rage Hound back. We're gonna... Yeah, no, we'll just say no attacks for right now. I mean, they're gonna probably have some things that do some things and stuff, and like, you know, stuff. So right now that guy will become... well, that's unfortunate. That's highly unfortunate. The 2 Horn Beetles. I don't think we're gonna be able to get through on this battlefield here. All right, Swiftwater Cliffs doesn't really help us all. At all, I mean. We'll play that. Get busy. What you gonna do? Yeah, you're gonna make me spend my turn. All right. Yeah, let's do it. That means we only got one other one that's got a 4 power, but then they're gonna trigger each other, so it's not great for us. But they still can't necessarily attack too early, and we hopefully can just sort of outpace them in the long run, because if they only have 2 creatures, we should have probably put some removal into this deck. Risen Reef. Risen Reef, eh? Well, do we just push ahead with our plans to try to remove some of their creatures? I mean, they're just going to swing with a whole bunch, and then it'll be bad for us, but... I think they might be able to like have a higher end game, at least with this slow draw of ours. These gain lands are very painful for us. But we should probably try to put some removal in here. I don't know if there is any, except for like Chandra, which doesn't really do all that much. All right, so they're going to take 3. We could make it 6. We're not going to do that. Going to leave it that way. That's fine. We lose it, but that's not great. We're going to gain a life and put a counter on him, which is nice because it gets bigger. So now we can... red, green. Yeah, we can get another Trailblazer on the battlefield, as well as a Risen Reef. Maybe we'll ramp a little bit. Yes, please. Now we'll try to get our engine chugging along. Yes, please. Yep, that's okay. Can beef up our Trailblazers. Let's see what they got. I think their end game, they're there earlier than we are right now. Although having a Chandra that pumps everything is pretty nice. Yep, they're gonna get beefy. Alright, so we could do the other Trailblazer and a Chandra. Or, yeah. Punch in with that guy. Just try to chew up their small guys. That's what we're trying to do here. Okay. So that gives us the option too. We can Chandra and Creeping Trailblazer, or we can Overgrowth Elemental and Creeping Trailblazer, which I think I'd prefer to do here. Putting all of our eggs in one basket right now kind of seems pretty good. Oh. Well, that's better for next turn, so let's go ahead and do this guy instead. Maybe we can draw into a Scorch Spitter. Play the Scorch Spitter out, that'll help us. Or it's a land, we'll put that in the battlefield, and then we will say go. Still have good, well, still have trades. They don't have a lot of land. Hopefully they drew land. Hopefully they just like brick and just draw lands for like the rest of the game so we can just start pounding them. They do have targets for this guy. He's exile 4 cards. They can do it. That'll take down our Stormkin pretty hastily. Maybe we need to make hay while the sun shines, as they say. So I have a double pump. Isn't this just gonna, so they have one, wait, how many is this? Other? For each elemental you control. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So isn't this game? Wow, we just stole that from them. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting that win. Oh, that was good. That was very good. Bandy. Bandy is our opponent now. Bandy. Alright, they are on the play. We have a fairly powerful hand in the sense of we can play down our Brineborn. If it doesn't die, we can then sort of pump it with our counterspell. So we'll probably just lead with the Thornwood Falls and then hope to draw some more action later. Alright, cool. So they're just playing a gain land. We'll just play a gain land. Lead out with the Foo Island next time. Hopefully they don't play anything big and juicy. I guess that's alright. Let's go ahead and just play the island. Leaves up our ability to Essence Capture, which we prefer not to do at this point. So if they cast a creature that's not too bad, we'll probably just do that. That's fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and Brineborn. Play out our forest. Although it hurts to do that, at least we have 3 lands, so we'll just leave it like that. See what our opponent does. They're going to have a gain land. That seems like a good target for the Sinister Sabotage that I have. Sinisterly sabotaging. Not really good. We'd like to see... actually, we don't have a great thing to do. But... Alright. Thornwood Falls. They're going to block. Which is probably a... Well, they're not going to block. They don't block. We end our turn. So, we can counter something. We can really make our Brineborn beefy if they cast a creature and we feel like doing that and an opt, which I'm not really sure we do. But I think if they do play a creature that we don't want to see, we will Essence Capture obviously over Sinister Sabotage. Whether that's for anything... Yeah, so even though they didn't do anything, I think we're still going to go ahead and... I mean, they might be waiting to do something, but we'll see. Hopefully this just goes right on there. Yep, it's going to land. Then we will... we'll pass. Let's go get an island with this. We have forests enough for everything else. So I think right now we're a little bit more favored in the race just because of the cards in hand and everything else. That's not going to do all that much, I don't think. So, I mean, unless they mill something bad, but 3 lands for us. That was fine. Yeah, that's fine. We can double counter then if they cast creatures. We're going to draw another card as well. It's Growth Spiral. Not the best, not the worst. And we can absolutely counter the Arachnid. Chain Web, so it takes 4 other cards. So theoretically, if they drop a land, can they do it? Is it 5? Yeah, so they can if they drop a land, but we're going to definitely Essence Capture that bad Larry. Or we could just... They don't, okay. We'll just quench it, actually. That's a quenchable target. And that's going to put us more towards damage that we can actually kill with. Alright, so they're not going to be able to do anything else, so we'll probably just Growth Spiral here. Dig deeper. Draw land. Play the land, attack for 8. Pass the turn. With a fair bit of counter spells up. They're going to get that. I guess they have another. They don't have the land, so they're looking for reach so they can block the Vandal, I guess. Do we just do this? I think we just counter that just to seal the deal. Put a counter on the Vandal. Try to lock it up. I think we have it here. I think we have it here. So they're trying to return a card from their graveyard to their hand. We can make them lose both if we do that. So yeah, I think this has got to be game. I didn't even pay it. I thought for some reason I didn't even think about doing that, but that was probably a fine card to keep on top. All right, cool, nice one down. So that was like Golgari recursion, adventure-y, escapey stuff. Nice. Siri? That's funny. That's a funny name. Oh, I don't think I can keep this. Opponent mulligan as well. I don't think we can keep this either. Opponent mulligan, please. Please mulligan, opponent. Please, opponent. They didn't. I mean, theoretically, we can just throw back the Mystic and then go search up an island, I guess. I wonder if this is blue. It's blue-white Flyers. Thought it might be another flash deck, but it's not. So the Healer's Hawk, or a Fairy Vandal, or that card that's the worst. Yikes. Alright, so here's a toughie. So we could drop a forest and then have the ability to play Growth Spiral, or we could drop an island. I think we drop an island and then Fairy Vandal, if anything happens. Like Growth Spiral will be much better here, because if we were to Growth Spiral, hit a land, we can play that land, and then we actually have a really good way to ramp into 2 spells the following turn, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Hopefully our opponent gets stuck on land, so we actually will have a chance in this game. Because at this point, I don't know. All right, so they're not playing anything. We could Fairy Vandal... and then have a Growth Spiral as our sort of like beefy thing, maybe. All right, so now we can drop the Forest. We'll pass. Oh, no, hold on. In response to that, maybe we want to opt. Or we want a Growth Spiral. I guess we can Growth Spiral. We draw a card. That triggers that. We'll put the island on. We drew a second card this turn, so that guy is big enough to block well. And we still have mana enough to Essence Capture or Brineborn. So I feel pretty good about what we just did there. Unless they dropped the Imperial Eagle. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about the card advantage that you have. I will not. I will not worry about it. All right, so we'll go ahead and throw out our Cutthroat. Hopefully that didn't have any issues. I don't think that deck plays any counterspell, so we don't have to worry about that. I think we just let it go. And see what we got. So theoretically, we could... Do we want to counter that? I don't think so. We want to wait for like an Imperial Eagle or something like that to counter. That's a better target. Yep. They're going wide. There she is. All right, so let's go ahead and opt. Brineborn? I'd say so. Brineborn. Next turn. So we do not have a counter spell. Hopefully we can draw into one. So this is looking like they have that untap and get +2/+2 thing. Yep. Oh, gnarly. They got it. All right, well, they're going to get that one, too. I think that's game. We're at 1. But they are all untapped. So that is a good game, sir. Good game indeed. We got killed by Siri there. That second one was a blowout. Did not see that one coming. Script Kip. Script Kip with the Lazav face. All right, we're in the play. We have a way to pump the Vandal. We don't have anything counterable or countering until the following, like, third turn, but maybe we can draw into something. But we'll start off with our gain land and see what we can bring. Okay. That's fine. Let's go ahead and play pass and moving along there nicely. I think we'll go for the... They may just shock here. It may be a shock that they have. So yeah, that was probably not the best thing to do. Maybe it would have been better to play it on our turn. But we were trying to, you know, use up their mana. Gets things out of their hand, that sort of stuff. So now we can do the same thing, possibly, or hold up a counter. We can't do both. So we can try to go for the Fairy Vandal. They may have another shock. They have another shock. All right, well, better on... actually, not better on those. It probably isn't the best set of ways to do that. All right, so at least that's all that they can do. Let's opt, and let's not find another opt. That's better, but we don't have a forest. All right, at least we have something to do. We can Brineborn Cutthroat and then Glimpse of Freedom. All right, cool. Draw a card, pump the boy, draw. Nice, nice. Wish I had that last turn, would have countered the Annex. That's okay. Alright, want to see them play something we can counter pre-combat. That is definitely a good one for pre-combat countering. Oh, and hey, go ahead and drop it. Cool. That was I think that once we get that curve, they run out of cards, and we have somewhat of a stable battlefield. Mono Red Aggro can't handle it. Wraithy. Okay, so cool. We got our 2 combo pieces, a little bit of removal, and Order of Midnight in case something dies early. So I think we'll keep this. Hopefully we'll draw into some lands somewhat soon. I mean, it's not super critical. I mean, I guess by turn 3 we'd like to draw into a land, depending on what we draw, just because we don't want to be so choked on abilities to cast things that we just can't get anything going. I hope we're not playing Mill. That's the only thing. I just hope we're not playing Mill. I really hope. Let's play our Corpse Knight. Probably follow that up with an Imperious Oligarch. Oh, okay. So we're not playing Mill. I don't think that card would be played in Mill. Oh, that's Flyers. Seems good. Seems very good. Get over some damage. We drew a land, which is nice. I guess if we really want to, if they want to trade, we can Mortify, and it's still a 1. They're not. Cool. Got there in that regard. Let's play that guy because we want him / her to be able to attack. We don't love the Healer's Hawk. That's the thing I'm upset about. The Fairy Miscreant, yes, is unfortunate. The Healer's Hawk I don't like. I forgot that's a card. That's uncommon. Yikes. Alright, well that's more of a Banishing Light because that's slow. We're not going to be able to block anything anyway, so we'll go ahead and Banishing Light the Empyrean Eagle. Not going to block anything, swing in with everything. They're gaining life, unfortunately. Hopefully they don't have another one. If another one, we're just... Okay, so they're going to draw some cards. They played a land, so they can't play another Empyrean Eagle right now anyways. They're going to swing in for 3. Go to 11. I think we just hold up Mortify. I think. They may have a flash creature to... Nope, they're not going to block. So I think we just hold up Mortify for an Empyrean Eagle or something like that. Yep. Yep. Pass to attackers. We're going to happily take 4. No reason to Mortify that, I don't think. That's going to be 6, 8. We don't want them to gain... Honestly, we don't want them to gain life, so... If they have a second one, we think we still die, though, because then it's 15. They don't have a second one, so we're at 2. But they're all untapped, so I think this is just game. Yep. I don't think we need to play it out. Wah, wah. One trick pony. I wonder what their one trick is. Our opponent's on the play. This seems pretty good. I'd like to maybe draw an untapped source. We didn't. Although if we draw one the next turn, we can double spell once we have. Oh no, it's when they die. Oh yeah, but I. Gotta get aggressive. Maybe this is a control. I like the sleeves, so nice sleeves, man. Oh no, they're gonna take all the good things. Probably gonna take Celebrant or Mortify. Yeah, that's what our deck is looking to do. So, all right, well let's just do it. Time for one. All right. So I guess next turn is going to be Corpse Knight. Hopefully we can get some lands coming soon, and we can actually get some spells down. Oh no, not Mill. I hate Mill. I am infuriated when it comes to Mill. It's literally the worst. Literally the worst. Did they? Didn't? Oh, I'm so upset right now. All right, so we got our other half of the engine, the Corpse Knight. So we're looking for Cruel Celebrants and Corpse Knights. Oh my god, we're playing Mill. I don't know if I can handle this. This is just bad magic. That's what this is. This is bad magic. No one wants to see this. I can't even play Banishing Light. This is frustrating. Well, I'm better off just swinging in. No reason to hold on to that. Alright, so it's Ashiok goes down next turn. Unless they have some sort of flying thing or something. So we are probably going to mill out. We have 41 cards to their 48. I just think that we probably can't race, and this deck is not meant to be speedy. We are drawing all the cards, so. Alright, if we draw, I mean, now the Banishing Light doesn't do as much. It's more of a reactive, so if, like, they play another Ashiok, we can just sort of, like, knock it down. I don't know what that was. That Agonizing Remorse we just lost? Yeah, it was an Agonizing Remorse. Not great, but. Alright, so there's our third land. Let's go to combat. Get in for some dammies. Ashiok down. Play Ortov Enforcer. Play Plains. Play Token Generating Hunted Witness. Next turn we have Banishing Light or Mortify. Let's see what they get. They're gonna exile the Flyer? Oh, well, I can see the Banishing Light. Probably will take the Banishing Light. Mortify is essentially a dead card. I guess, what is this? Non-creature, non-land? So we can Mortify something else. I guess we can probably just, honestly, non-creature, we'll just Mortify the Seeker Keeper here. Because I don't care about losing my grave right now, and they can't do anything else to our hand, so let's just pound. We have to shift to who's the beatdown. We are trying to be the beatdown now. Cool, you can see my Minister of Obligation, which we'll be playing next turn, unless we draw something better and stuff. All right, so they got Narset, which doesn't matter for us as far as drawing cards goes. Although we do have, okay, that's nice. Burglar Rat. All right, that's interesting. They still had a chance there. They still had a chance that they I don't know. They should have Myers grasped the Corpse Knight, but that's just me. That's just... Entropy. We go first. with a pretty good set of stuff. I mean, if we draw a Cruel Celebrant, our trading off with the oligarchs for things actually looks pretty nice. With the Corpse Knight to feed the damage when they come on and all that. So hopefully we can get that online soon. Hopefully our opponent has a nice slow start so we can get in some initial damage and then try to generate some value over time. We don't want to attack into that, which is unfortunate. I guess in that regards, it would have been better to play the Oligarch. But let's get the Oligarch down. We're going to pass. We're not going to... We don't want to lose one of our engine pieces. So, that's fine. What land to play? Is that what you're thinking? Oh, no, you got the Paradise Druid, so... What you gonna do, Mr. Man? Set us in training on that guy. Cantrip it. Go in for some damage. Play a plane. Well, what is play a planes? As we can. Play another Oligarch because that's better for attacking in. And then we can always play the Lampad next turn and sort of sack things to get things moving. What does she do? Top 7 cards, put an aura in your hand, press the bottom. Training, okay. So something's gonna get trample and +1/+. Oh, all that glitters. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. We need ourselves a Mortify. That's really unfortunate. I really wish I was gonna be something better. Alright, so we're gonna start losing value. Let's go ahead and fetch ourselves a swamp. Let's go to combat with our oligarchs. Lampads of Death's Vigil. And pass later. So really, if they put another... I guess we can get one more turn out of the oligarchs attacking, depending on what they do. So Sentinel's Eyes on that. Yep, they're going to get some little boy 1/1s, or actually little girls. Another citizen training, sure. Yep. Cantrip City over here. Alright, so that's got trample, which is the upsetting thing. Okay, they both have trample, so they have 8, 12 damage on board. This is a pretty nice deck, too, that they're playing. So 12 damage is mighty close. Oh my god. That's all they have. Alright, 16 damage. So now we gotta sack our things. Double block, take 9. Sentinel's Eyes, unfortunately, is going to go to the graveyard. Mortify. Oh, come on, man. Okay, a flyer doesn't matter, although it could matter for the... No, we probably want to save that, so I think we just go that and then Oligarch. I mean, it's close. I think the... Oh, boy. If they swing with everything, we die, because we can't block everything. Black. Okay, so it's pro-black. If they put Sentinel's Eyes on it, I think we are pretty close to being dead. If they attack with everything. I mean, the thing is, they can go to attack, so we can actually block, and then we can sack stuff. Yep, so that's going to get 7, right? All right, so we're going to take 7, 8, 9. So we have to block or sack some things. So that was close. I feel like if we hadn't cast no, I think they went to town with all those cantrips. Did I have fun in this match? I actually think I did have fun in this match. I could have had more fun in this match, but if I didn't get stuck on black early, would have had a lot more fun. But I'm okay with that. Thus is the variance of the game. All right, I hope you enjoyed the games. I hope you're still here at the end of this all. Out of the 3 decks that we played, I think the most fun and I think maybe the most effective was the Dimir Elementals. I'm kind of an elemental guy, so I kind of like that a lot. But at the same time, it was a pretty good deck. It went wide. You can get some removal with Challenger and stuff like that, and it just kind of beat down. The second out of these 3, the best deck was probably going to be Simic Flash. Again, I like that deck, which is, again, part of the reason why I chose these 3 as a little metagame. It definitely suffered from just getting too many counterspells and maybe the wrong kind of counterspells in its hand. It did not have any negates. I have to say that's probably most of the things you're facing in this SA event is probably going to be creature-based. That said, it's still a pretty fun deck. It has that certain archetype of you have so many choices that you can make that it can be a little bit more exciting than just your standard, like, say, control deck. And finally, the Ortsov sort of like drain game deck was fun. It did okay. It didn't do the best. The games could go long and they could be pretty swingy. You can kind of sometimes win out of nowhere with the sacking of Lampad of Death's Vigil, which is a little bit exciting. But really, if I had to choose one deck to go and keep playing with, I'd say Dimir Elementals. But that's sort of because it worked well, but it was also a lot of fun for me to play. In any case, that is all the talk we will do for today. So instead of just sitting around, jump into this tournament, maybe try one of these decks, get your sweet art for your gods and demigods, and then have a nice day.